My name is Kara, and I will be guiding you through meditation today. I encourage you to meet me wherever you are, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Please feel free to follow along, get lost, think about other things, and return to my guiding words, moving your body however much or little feels pleasurable to you. I encourage you to own your choices, to notice any of your own judgments towards yourself and the whole experience. These meditations are meant to be used as a jumping off point for curiosity, creativity, joy, and building daily rituals in our lives. I mean for this practice to center our sense of touch, awe, beauty, and the tactile, tangible aspects of our day that have been stolen from us. In the process of remembering, we may support our participation in collective movements, connect deeper to our lineages of liberation, and tap into our joined imaginations. And throughout this meditation, I ask you to always remember that you have the choice to decide how you want to take this meditation today. You have the choice to find stillness, to find yourself in any position of comfort and ease. You also have the choice at any time to interpret my words however feels meaningful to you today, to take this meditation as an offering for you to move with as you wish, to stay with this meditation for as long as you want. If after 2 minutes you feel nourished, or after 3 minutes your kid is calling, or after 4 minutes you need to get to your next appointment, that is okay. Please feel free to be with this meditation and to take it in bites, to explore this meditation in a non-linear way. Listen to this meditation one piece at a time, one line at a time. This is your practice. This is your meditation. And it is meant to be supportive of the life that you are living. And it is meant to be integrated into what you are doing and the changes that you are making in the communities you're a part of. This is not a meditation for spiritual enlightenment. It's a meditation for becoming more present, more whole, and more connected to the collective. More connected to the collective wisdom that we've been trained to forget. What is your connection to your body today, here, in this moment? This meditation will last 30 minutes. So let's begin by bringing our attention to our body. I invite you to bring your eyes inward, whether that's by closing them or lowering your gaze, or simply bringing a softness to your vision so that you can focus on your other senses. Touch, smell, sound. Start to notice your breath. Observe. Be a witness to. Allow the breath to be whatever it is, wherever it is, however it is. Where is the inhale happening? Through the nose, through the mouth, and where is the exhale happening? Where do you feel the breath going in to your body? Is it into the chest? Is it into the stomach? Is it into the lungs? Do you feel the shoulders rise as you breathe in? Can you breathe into your back? What does that feel like? Let's turn our curiosity to playing with that feeling that our breath is filling up different parts of our body. How does it feel to breathe into our ribs? How does it feel to breathe into our bellies? How does it feel to breathe in to our legs? Now I encourage you to imagine your breath as a warm light. And as this warm light enters your body, you have the choice and the power and the ability to move it wherever is most needed. Wherever you are feeling tension, wherever you are feeling pain or ache, you can move this warm light via your breath into that area. And this is not to assume that we can remove pain using only our minds, but this is to bring our attention and our intention towards acknowledging and naming the parts of us that need our attention. And you can visualize the breath as it moves throughout the body as offering more space, as offering lightness, as offering change, as offering shift. And I encourage you to actually physically move your body as this breath comes to this particular part of your body. And I encourage you to get playful. I encourage you to curiously begin to move your body if it feels accessible to you. And begin to move your body in tandem with the breath. When we bring our body and our breath into collaboration, it creates an embodiment that's a little bit more mindful than when we move without that breath. And so get curious and playful about how you can move your body with the breath, and how the breath influences the body. So if you are breathing faster, does that influence the body to then move faster? If you take a long, deep breath, does that then influence your body to move in a slower way? If you breathe in through your nose, how does that affect your movement? If you breathe in through your mouth, how does that affect your movement? If you breathe in and you imagine this warm, bright light coming into your body and moving through your body like a pinball machine, how does that affect your body? And how can you get excited about having the choice and having the autonomy and having the power to move this light, to move this breath throughout your body wherever you decide, moving different parts of your body in ways that you wouldn't normally allow yourself, or that you haven't discovered before. And I encourage you to move this breath and move this exploration into parts of you and parts of your physical body that you don't usually pay attention to. The crevices, the bends, the cracks, the hidden places. Yes, move from your back, but which vertebrae? Yes, move from your hips, but the bones or the flesh, move from your knees, the back of the knees, the front of the knees, the side of the knees, move from your feet, the toes, the heels, the ankles, the tops of the feet, move from your nose, move from the back of your skull, move from the back of your neck, move from your pinky finger. I invite you to start noticing, acknowledging, and naming the sensations of your body as a way of tapping into the ancestral land-based knowledge that we've been trained to forget. And I invite you to remember these sensations and do not try to make sense of them in a linear way. Name softness, name tension, name space, name electricity, name lightness, name heaviness, where a sensation feels smooth, where a sensation feels strong, where there may be prickles or tickles or aches. Name a sensation where there is no word. Name it however you choose. Name it with a sound, name it with a feeling, name it with a color. Name it with a breath. And I invite you to take this a step further, and as you notice the sensations of your body, to notice any desires that you have. So if you feel a softness, do you have a desire to melt into that softness? And if you feel tension, do you have a desire to shake that tension? And if you feel electricity, do you feel a desire to replicate that feeling of electricity in a bigger movement with your body? If you feel lightness, do you feel compelled to move in a light way? If you feel heaviness, do you feel compelled to move with heaviness? Or is it just the opposite? Where you feel smoothness, do you feel a desire to create sharpness and jaggedness and instability? This is all play, and this is all curiosity, and there are no wrong answers. There are no wrong ways to respond to the sensations of your body. And let's prepare to move from this exploration into the next. Let's ground into the present moment and our senses. What parts of your body are touching each other? Feel that space between those parts. If it is your hand touching your leg, what is the quality of that touch? What is the weight? What is the feeling? What is the temperature? If it is your lower arm touching your upper leg, what is the quality of that touch? What is the space in between those body parts? What is the temperature? What is the weight? If it is the bottom of your foot touching the floor, what is the quality of that touch? What is the weight? What is the distribution of the weight? Now let's ground into the quality of our body touching the air around us. Can you visualize that space where your skin is being touched by the air around it? Can you zoom in your imagination into that magical space where your body interacts with the air around it? What is the sensation? What is the temperature? What is the feeling? As your body moves, whether that is small involuntary movements as you stay still, your breath is moving your body. And even with that slight movement, can you imagine how the air moves in response? And if you are moving, whether that is walking, rolling, stretching, shifting, how is the air moving in response to your skin, to your weight, to your flesh? How are you interacting with the air and the space around you? Are you pushing it? Are you piercing it? Are you circling it? Are you devouring it? Are you shaking it? Are you pulling it? Now let's ground into sounds. Even if we are in relative quiet, what are the small sounds that we can notice? The sound of my voice, the different pitches and speeds and enunciations, the sound of the music, the notes, the rhythm. The sounds in your immediate environment. The wind, maybe there's a bird outside, a car, maybe you have a pet, maybe there's another person with you. And lastly, let's ground into the sounds of our body. Your breath makes a sound, and your breath and its sounds are welcome. But even if you are making relatively little sound with your breath, there is still a breath sound. And how can you zoom in with your mind to magnify that sound so that you are completely tuned in? So that you are tuned in farther to the sound of your breath. And what about the sounds of your internal body? Your body is constantly moving on the inside. What are the sounds of the small shifts of your weight, the small shifts of your body? If you are moving, what is the sound of your body against the surfaces around it? The floor, the chair, carpet, the wall, your clothes. What are the sounds? And I'm going to ask you to slowly come to a close with this exploration. I invite you to imagine and visualize. Where might you find more space, light, and expansion in your body? And I invite you to become playful and curious about this question. Where can you literally stretch your body? Where does it feel heavy? Where do you need to move with more lightness? Where can you expand? Where do you need to bring breath to? Now I invite you to imagine that your feet, or whatever part of your body is closest to the earth, is being filled up by this energy from the land, from the earth. And the energy from the earth and from the land is filling you up, and it's coming into your body, and you feel nourished and cared for. Start to notice your breath. Observe. Be a witness to. Allow the breath to be whatever it is, wherever it is, however it is. Visualize your breath as air. Visualize your breath as liquid. Visualize your breath as having a temperature, cold, warm. Visualize your breath as having a color. Visualize your breath as having a hue. And as your breath enters your body, see if you can imagine how it passes through your body. See if you can imagine the breath actually traveling throughout your body. See if you can track it. Imagine that breath moving through your body, through your tissues, through your bones, through the marrow, through your blood, through the tendons, the ligaments, the muscles. Imagine that breath moving to all the places in your body that it needs. And can you visualize your breath moving all the way into your toes? into your toenails, in between the toes. Can you imagine your breath in your ankles? Can you imagine your breath in your knees? Can you imagine your breath in your kneecap? Can you imagine your breath in your hips? Can you imagine your breath in your ribs, in your chest, in your shoulders, in your elbows, in your wrists, in your fingers, in your neck, in your jaw, in your cheekbones, in your ears, in your forehead. And from the top of the head, we'll take our attention to our face, the front of the head, and the back. And notice where there's tension. Notice where you can invite more ease into the small cracks and crevices of your face. And from the face, we'll move down to the neck. And notice the distance between your ears and your shoulders. How does that feel? And I'm going to ask you to start to find a close to this exploration, to stay with your body, to stay in that place of no judgment. So often we do not pay attention to the sensations of our body because we've been trained not to. Because we've needed to survive in this world, we've needed to ignore the sensations of our body. And so I invite you, through an act of resilience and through an act of resistance, to tap into the sensations of your body as an act of belonging to our body, as an act of belonging to the land. That brings us to the close of meditation. Take your time to come back to the work of the day and the tasks at hand for you. As you move through the day, seek to find the glimmers of this practice in everything. May it sustain you, strengthen you, and soften you when needed. Return to this meditation whenever you choose. Share with those you are in community with, and let us build the changes we want to see together.